Hey folks, I created a video on Newgen on 27 June 21, so it has been a month since I published that video. And it has been a roller coaster ride for Newgen. When I created the video, it was trading at a level of Rs 529. And then in the next 10 days, it jumped 38%. But then it fell down around 4.8%. However, in the last 3 trading sessions, Newgen continuously hit lower circuit of 5% and fell down 14.5% to the level of Rs 570. But today, the stock price again went up by 5%. After the low circuit, many people were asking why Newgen is hitting lower circuit. What should they do? Should they hold or sell? Then there was a comment from Naveen Roth who said that this was just the worst stock recommendation. Mr. Dheeraj Anupa said that you should have told about ASM in the video. Now many innocent investors are facing the wrath of lower circuit daily. So one thing is very clear here. In spite of clearly mentioning that the videos are for educational purpose, many people end up blindly investing in stocks based on my analysis. They have no clue about the business of the company, future of the company, financials of the company, or management of the company. All they want is stock tips. No wonder why maximum people lose money in the stock market. This reminds me of one quote from Warren Buffett. Unless you can watch your stock holding decline by 50% without becoming panic-stricken, you should not be in the stock market. But there was one comment that stood out. Mahinder Buddha said that, "Rest in peace all short-term traders. Good chance to accumulate for the long term. Future is digital." Thank you, Mr. Mahinder, for your comment. I'm glad to know that there are few long-term fundamental investors watching my videos. I clearly mention all the time that my videos are not for traders. My videos are for long-term investors who want to understand about the business of the company. And I do not provide stock tips. In spite of that, people ask for buy price and sell price. Friends, if you are looking for buy or sell tips on stock, then this is not the right channel. You can unsubscribe or stop watching the videos. Yes, it is weird that a YouTuber is asking to unsubscribe or stop watching the videos, but I really don't want this channel to become a hub of people looking for stock tips. I know that my subscriber base would be very small, but this channel is only for long-term fundamental investors who want to understand about the business of the company and also do their own analysis before investing the money. Do you know why majority of retail investors lose money in the stock market? First of all, they invest in stocks based on tips without knowing anything about the business of the company. And second, they lack patience. All they want is, once they invest, the stock should double in no time. They can't handle even the slightest of fall. All they want is highest return at zero risk. When I would analyze a large cap company like TCS or Infosys, then these same set of people would say that everyone knows about TCS or Infosys. Tell us about stocks that nobody knows. Tell us about stocks that can give multi-bagger returns. And when I analyze a highly potential small cap software company like Newgen, they can't handle the correction in share price. So basically, they want multi-bagger returns but at zero volatility. Friends, you can't expect high return at low risk. Newgen is just a 4,000 crore company. It will be volatile. Do not get stuck with short-term stock market movement. If you want to create wealth in the stock market, you have to look at the long-term bigger picture. And as far as lower circuit in Newgen is concerned, did the fundamental of Newgen changed overnight? No. Did the management changed overnight? No. Did the future growth potential of Newgen changed overnight? No. Then if you are a long-term fundamental investor, there is no need to panic. So why was the stock price hitting lower circuit? Well, one of the reasons I could understand is the fall in Q1 profits for FY22. Newgen sales fell down 20% from Rs 200 crore in March 21 to Rs 160 crore in June 21. But its profit fell down even further to 59% from 53 crore to 22 crore. If you observe something, although Q1 performance is not as good as compared to last quarter, the Q1 performance of FY22 is very good as compared to Q1 of FY21. Last year in the same quarter, the profits were 9 crore. So there is a growth of 144% in profits. In fact, in the last 3 years, there is a trend that every year in the first quarter there is a fall in sales and profits as compared to last quarter. So quarter on quarter there is a fall, but year on year there is a brilliant rise. In fact, if you look at the Q1 performance, the company has won 11 new deals. The major deals include execution of an agreement with one of the leading banks in the Middle East region for supply of software licenses, annual technical support implementation and other support related services. Total size of the work under the agreement is $5.9 million over the next 3 years. That is rupees 442 crore. Second is large financial service group in Finland providing a comprehensive range of banking and insurance services for private and corporate customers with 2 million owner customer. Third key deal is the project for a federal statutory body under the purview of Ministry of Finance in Malaysia. Clearly it is a great performance. Now let us look at the shareholding pattern. Management has reduced the shareholding by 10%, which I already mentioned in my video. It was purchased by FII, who have increased the shareholding from 14.6% to 20.5% in the company. Now think about it. If Newgen is fundamentally weak, then why would FII and DII, who are the big financial institutions, would invest their money? Because unlike the majority of retail investors, they do not play short-term games. They understand that wealth can only be created by investing for the long term in investing in fundamentally strong companies. So Newgen is a part of ASM list. Now what is an ASM list? It basically means additional surveillance measure. As the name suggests, it is an additional surveillance from SEBI on a particular stock. It is basically to advise investors to be extra cautious while dealing with the stock. They put a stock under ASM list based on factors like stock price volatility, volume trading, etc. There are 4 stages in the ASM list based on various factors. If you want to know the exact criteria for ASM, I have added the link in the description box. Now should you worry about ASM? Not really. This measure is only on the basis of technical parameters like volume trading, stock price movement, etc. and it has got nothing to do with the fundamentals of the company. In fact, Newgen is not the only company in the ASM list. There are 429 stocks in the ASM list for the long term as of 23rd July. It includes stocks like Affle India, Apollo Pipes, Borosil Renewal, BSC Limited, Century Plyboard, Cyient Limited, Kajaria Ceramic, Lux Industries, Praj Industries, Tata Elxsi, Tata Motor, etc. If you want to check the entire list, I have added the link in the description. Remember that in the short term, market is driven by sentiments, but in the long term, market is driven by fundamentals. If you invest in fundamentally strong companies, you will eventually create wealth if you keep patience and do not get carried away with short-term volatility. And if you do not have the appetite to take a loss in your portfolio, then better keep money in FD because stock market is volatile. And if you want to create wealth, then you should be ready to take the short-term hit in the portfolio. And most important point, you should stop buying stocks based on tips. You should learn every aspect of money management, including stock analysis. This is the reason why I created the complete course on money management, so that you can yourself identify quality stock and invest with conviction and do not get carried away with short-term fall in share price. I hope this video will help people who have invested in Newgen and are now panicking due to fall in share price. If you are a long-term fundamental investor, there is no need to worry.